skills. You
suck.
Walk like Egyptian.
Good evening, and thank you for allowing me to come into your living rooms.
Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another 31 horror toys in 31 days, and today we've got another retro review, and we're going to rewind it all the way back to the year 1998 with a Mummies Alive figure by Kenner. This is the Hunter Ja-Kal, I think is how that is pronounced. Now, this was a show that ran in the late 90s. It was a pretty popular toy line. Essentially, I want to say it was a group of mummies that had come back from ancient Egypt, present day, was fighting evil, shenanigans. I think there were some kids involved. The typical kind of storyline cartoon for the 90s, and they were interesting. I never got into them, but I definitely liked the way these guys looked, and I think this is a great example of Kenner's retro paint and creativity with the sculpt work. That's a great example of what we're missing in toys today. So let's go ahead and jump in there and take a look at the figure. So here we have Ja-Kal, and it's a pretty basic figure for the time. Not a lot of articulation on him, but it's sculpted really cool and painted amazingly. I do have to say, he is missing some parts because, well, it's old, he's missing the armor. Articulation-wise, his head does move back and forth, and he's got these nice rubbery type of bandages. His arm moves up and down, both of them just, kind of like that. Legs kick really far forward, and they kick really, really far back, so both of them do that. Basic type of Kenner articulation that you got in the mid to late 90s. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, it's sculpted very well, and I adore the paint job on this. All the black wash detail on the bandages looks amazing. He's got the gold paint around his necklace. The grayish blue dead skin looks nice. All the little bandages coming off the head and the arms and the shoulders just looks really, really cool. Now, this figure, I believe, had some gold armor pieces originally, and I want to say this guy was the leader of the group. Correct me if I'm wrong down below, but this thing was sculpted so well and so well painted. We just don't get this kind of work today. So taking a look at the midsection of the figure, again, sculpted well. I like how we've got the elbows with the dead skin there. He's got these Egyptian-style shorts with the blue and the white, very Egyptian-looking bandages around the forearms. His hands could hold weapons, and of course we got some more bandages coming out from his little shorts. This one's got a little wear and tear on the white, but because it's a mummy, it really kind of goes with the whole motif and looks pretty decent for being this old. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure, we get the grayish green skin, the dead flesh on the knees, which is nice. And then we got the bandages around the calves and the feet. He stands really, really well. Again, sculpt works great. The musculature, I mean, he really did not miss leg day at the gym, but the bandages are my all-time favorite with the sculpt work, and all of the black wash on the dirty gray bandages just looks very mummy-esque, and I loves it. For comparison, here we have the Hunter Ja-Kal from Mummies Alive next to a Toy Biz Carnage figure from Spider-Man the Animated Series, and they're roughly about the same year, late 90s, and both about the same size, similar articulation, although the Toy Biz Carnage actually has some play gimmicks to it, and the Mummies Alive figure came with the armor, and that was kind of the play feature. But definitely interesting to see two comparable figures from the late 90s side by side. So is the Hunter Ja-Kal from Mummies Alive something that you want in your toy collection? Well, if you were a fan of the show in the late 90s, this is probably something that you're going to be after. If you like the 90s type of stuff, this could be something you're after. If you're a mummy completist, like you like all types of mummy figures and cartoons and movies and shows, this could be it. Otherwise, this could be a pretty fair weather pass. Now, this was way beyond my time as a kid, but I still appreciated the sculpt and the paintwork that went into these figures. I think Kenner did an amazing job, and it still looks good today. So there he is, the Hunter Ja-Kal from Mummies Alive for 31 horror toys in 31 days.
See you next Wednesday.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Be sure to click all the things, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell for new videos. And follow me on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links in the description below.